So I just picked up two more discs from the Criterion Collection's half price sale. Both of them from Chaplin. I was interested in these because I had taken a class on Chaplin and Hitchcock back in the 90s when I was in college, and I haven't seen these in a while. So the first one up is The Circus. This was his last release during the silent era. And this version of the movie comes from the 1969 re-release, which comes with a musical score made by Chaplin, written by Chaplin, so that was always cool. This actually comes from a 4K digital restoration of the movie. The disc itself is Blu-ray, so not the full-on 4K. Not sure if you really need that anyway. But one of the things that I like about Criterion Collection, and I'd already recorded this video, but it didn't take, which is why this is already open. But I kind of like the disc itself. That's kind of a cool little feature. But then what I always enjoy about Criterion stuff is they have, in this case, not a big, they've got a long essay on the movie that you can read about. Then on the other hand, on the other side, they got a nice little poster of the circus, kind of an interesting little thing, and then some other side notes there. So I'm looking forward to being able to dig back into this. I haven't seen it since I saw it in college, but I remember enjoying the movie a lot. For a silent movie, it made me, I remember just really laughing at it when I first saw it, and there's another little version of Chaplin there inside. And so look forward to picking that one up. The other one I picked up was Modern Times, and I really like that cover. That's kind of a cool looking cover. And this one was released in 1936. So this was well into the sound era, and yet Chaplin never really spoke with, excuse me, with the Tramp's character. So there are ways he works around it in this movie. He even sings in this movie, so it's kind of interesting to look at. And then this has one of the things that I like about the Criterion, that like about the Criterion Collection. So here's a little booklet that comes with it. I like the cover of the disc as well. But this booklet, this is pretty thick, you know, for a booklet. And so it's got some great art in the book from the movie. And it's got, so here's some others. Let's see, it's great pictures from behind the scenes. There are 4 different essays, chapters in this. Here's some more art, kind of like that picture there of her and him together. And so in this movie, or in this, there are several different chapters in there. I always like reading about the transfers of the movies. I always like to learn about how you take actual, like, film, you know, tangible film, and then turn it into something digital. So anyway, these are 2 that came from me from the most recent Criterion Sale, half-off sale. If you got something, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I myself had also recently gotten this, a Spinal Tap and The Great Dictator, also by Chaplin. I also have Citizen Kane, which is an interesting release because they have like 3 or 4 versions, or there's like 3 or 4 discs on there. I also have Seven Samurai. I also have Double Indemnity. Great movie, ideal film noir. And so I've really started enjoying these releases from Criterion. I also got the Godzilla, the original 1954 Godzilla from Criterion as well. So I always recommend, if you enjoy movies and you want to learn about them as well, because you're not going to get this information on streaming, okay? And that's the other reason why I started buying physical media again. All right, if you picked any Criterions from the most recent sale, go ahead and leave a comment. Tell us about what you picked up. All right, thanks.